Hello, my name is Jennifer Ramirez, and I am going over my word problems that I created based off the Common Core State Standards for grade 2. Earlier in the semester is when I created them. So my first word problem is you scream ice cream, we all scream for ice cream. The ice cream man is on your street. Let me make this bigger. The ice cream man is on your street. If the ice cream you want is $1.75 and you have 5 quarters, 5 dimes, and 5 nickels, do you have enough to buy the ice cream? If not, how much more do you need? And if yes, how much do you have left over? So my first participant was a 4th grader from my neighborhood. Um, I gave her all my word problems and I let her pick 2. And the first one she tried to attempt and she just was way off. So I said, here, let's do another one. Maybe it'd be easier. So this is the second one she attempted and she did good on this one. So I kept this one. She wrote down 5Q is $1.25, and then she wrote down 5D for dimes is 50 cents, and then she wrote down 5 nickels is 0.25 cents, and then she wrote it horizontally in a word problem. 5Q, 125 plus 5 dimes is 50 cents plus 5 nickels is 25 cents. And then she rewrote it again horizontally, 125 plus 0.50 plus 0.25, and then she wrote equals $2. And then she wrote a complete sentence that says, I have 25 cents left over. So I liked how she wrote her complete sentence for an answer. However, I found it weird that she wrote her problem horizontally. Usually when you do math, you do it vertically. So I found that kind of weird. But she got the answer right, and she wrote a complete sentence. And for my second participant, who is an adult, he read the problem, and then he wrote out the given information, 175, and then he made a little space and then wrote 125, 0.50, 0.25, and then he knew that was $2. He didn't show any work, any addition or anything. And then he just wrote yes, and then he circled the 25 cents, which he had previously wrote vertically, and next to that he wrote leftover. So he didn't use a complete sentence, he didn't show any of his work, and the problem took him about like a minute to solve. He knew right away. He didn't have to show work because he already knew everything in his head. He did it all in his head. So he answered it right. They both answered it right. One showed work, one didn't. I found that, I guess that was to be expected. And so for my next problem, I had the pizza party. So this one the 4th grader had a lot of trouble with. First she thought it was like some kind of riddle or something, and she wrote 16 slices in an extra large, and there's 8 slices in a regular. And so she's trying to figure out how many slices go in a large pizza, and she's sitting there struggling, and I'm watching her, and then I broke down, and I told her, okay, well, what does the pizza look like? And she's like, oh, okay. So then she started, drawing the pizza, and she drew 16 slices, and then she said 16, but then doubted herself and was counting each side of the pizza slice. So like she'd go 1, 2, as far as the cuts. She wasn't counting all the way across the pizza. She was counting each side as a little cut. So 1 cut, 2 cuts. So that one slice would have 2 cuts, she was thinking. And then, of course, I broke down again and I helped her. I didn't tell her any of the answers, though. I just kind of I gave her questions that guided her to solve the problem. So then I said, well, does the pizza man make big cuts or does he make little cuts? And then I kind of drew a circle, and then I drew one big line down it and then another line across it. And I said, so 2 cuts is how many? And she goes, 4. So then I wrote, okay, so if I have 16 pieces, then how many cuts did the pizza man make? And she knew right away, oh, he made 8. So when she saw, the half factor, I guess you could say, the 2 cuts, how it made 4 slices, she realized, okay, if there's 16, then she knew divide that by 2 and it would be 8. So she got it visually right away once I kind of guided her. I don't know if I was supposed to do that. She was struggling so much with this one. I couldn't help it. So this one did take her a while until I stepped in and helped her a little. But like I said, once I kind of asked her what does a pizza look like, then she got the idea, okay, let me draw it. And then, like I said, she got a little confused, was counting each side of the pizza, each side of the slice. So, but eventually she got it. And I believe she even wrote that one in a complete sentence too. And so for my second participant, who was the adult, he read the problem and he knew it was 8 right away. Of course, he didn't have to show work or anything. He just wrote number 8 on a paper. So no complete sentence or anything. Didn't let me in how he figured it out or anything. He just knew right away. 8. So let's see. So in summary, participant 1, the child, she showed all her work and wrote the answers in complete sentences, which, she's going to school, so that's what she's doing right now. So she knew to do that already. And participant 2, the adult, he's not going to school, so he didn't show his work nor write the answer in complete sentences, but he did know the answers and fairly fast right away. These problems, like I said, were for a second grader, but based off watching the fourth grader attempt them, I feel that they're not appropriate for second grade. Perhaps the ice cream one was, because everything was given and all they had to do was figure out, okay, I need to add these. But the pizza one, it took more. Like, you had to know, let me draw this, and if this is this, then and then it took division. So I'm not sure the pizza problem was good for a second grader, but definitely the ice cream one was. But I made these based off Common Core state standards, so I don't know. And that was my word problems and my assessment, or my analysis of my participants who solved them. So thank you for listening.